This is Carlos from Team 2D Anonymous, and today we are going to go over the top 5 decks post-June 12 ban list. Starting off at number 5, we have Pendulum variants. The reason I have Pendulum variants at number 5 is because Pendulum, specifically Magician and Odd Eyes variants, they receive support via Maximum Crisis with Duelist Alliance. Not to mention the fact that they got Scroll Bad Joker at 3, Wisdom Eye at 3, and Pendulum Call at 3, which means they're getting, in essence, 4 cards back into their deck. And Pendulums still float, they still go to the extra deck. You can still Pendulum summon them back next turn. And this deck still has access to stuff like Apex Avion, which is hard to get over. And the problem with this deck is it does unfortunately need to go first. If it doesn't go first, your opponent could just set up a great board with cards such as Tornado Dragon and Trident. Not to mention that this deck does lose to a lot of cards in the current meta, especially in our side decks like Anti-Spell Fragrances, Twin Twisters, Cosmic Cyclones. And if your Ash Blossom does get your Pendulum Call does get Ash Blossomed, you just mine is very hard, and you're probably going to lose a duel. Moving on to number 4, we have Eidolon Invoked. The reason I have Eidolon Invoked at number 4 is because it has great synergy with the Artifact engine. Artifact engine does command its high price because it is so versatile. You can summon an artifact to stop banishing. You can summon an artifact to stop special summoning from the extra deck. It is just so good. Also, not to mention the fact that it has a great Zoo and a True Draco matchup. And Elacer the Invoker, it's an easy fusion summon, and you have easy fusion access and Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon access with the Wind Witches. But the problems with this deck is it does lose to Dino, since Dino is just a fast deck, and it could if Dino goes first, they could just banish all your extra deck monsters like your Crystal Wings and whatnot, and it loses to Disruption because Elacer does use up your normal summon. If that guy gets Ghost Ogred or Ash Blossomed or Effect Veilered, that deck is gonna lose. Going on to number 3, we have True Dracos. The great thing about True Dracos is they have Masterpiece, which is almost an auto win against Monarchs. And they have the True King spells and traps such as the Ionic Diagram and True Draco Heritage with net to advantage, and the Revival of the True King. Also, they have access to Domain of the True Monarch since they don't really need to play an extra deck. The problems with this deck is it does lose to Master Restrict, and you can easily Kaiju the Masterpiece since it's being tributed for cost and it's not being affected by Monster Effect. But overall, it's still a great deck, and I wouldn't be surprised if this deck got more tops at regionals and YCS. Alright, moving on to number 2, we have True King Dinos. True King Dinos is great because I personally play True King Dinos, and it's one of my favorite decks. It is a very fun deck to play. You have access to easy OTKs. You can summon the Trio Beast. You can summon Chambara. You can summon Denglong to make a Calamity, so Calamity is very accessible, and that alone can win you games. And you have access to rank 4s like Logia and Doka and Dweller and whatnot. And the Earth True King. The great thing about the Earth True King is that a lot of the targets to destroy, to special the Earth True King are Earth. So you summon the Earth True King, and you easily know what your opponent is playing, and you can strategize around that. The problem I do see with this deck, though, is that it has consistency issues. Unlike Zoo can do a lot of a big play with this one card. True King Dinos, they essentially most of the time you need a diagram to baby, and a lot of times that doesn't come up, and the deck blows its resources too quickly. If you get to pop the baby, you go off that first turn, and you get a board wipe or whatnot, you don't really have much of a play going in your next turn. And that Oviraptor search is too vital. You actually summon the Oviraptor and you do the effect to search. That thing gets Ash Blossomed or Effect Veiler, you're done. You're not going to come back from that because that's going to stop your OTK, most likely stop your turn, and that'll be the end of that. And honorable mentions include Mermels, Infernoids, DDDs, and Cosmos. And number 1, we have Zodiacs. Zodiacs are still number 1, primarily because they still have the 1-card combos. You don't really need more. You just need 1 card, albeit a Rapier or a Turtop or a Barrage or the Predator Planet Engine, which gives you access to Prima Fusion, which gives you access to an extra normal summon. And Daigusto Armor is still a card. It easily allows you to recycle your resources. And Zodiac as a whole is a splashable engine. You can play Pure Zodiac, Kaiju Zodiac, Chudraco Zodiac, etc. The problem with this deck is it does lose to board wipes, but that is not as much of a problem because you can play cards like My Body is a Shield, and you don't really have the Fusion Sub combo anymore, which doesn't allow you to net a +4, +5 every turn now. But other than that, I still think it's the best deck. But who knows? I mean, this is a new format. I might be wrong. Who knows? Maybe we can have Dino's top. It's just a matter of seeing. But for my money's worth, I have Zodiac as the best deck, and they are gonna win Nats. Thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe, and hope to see you next time. Bye bye.
Save me.